This is going to be the tournament start, and it will be a tournament that is $20 for first place, $10 for second, and $5 for third. And the first contestants in the dueling tournament are going to be Doomy and Zava. If those contestants do want to step up to the plate here, Doomy, you will be going up first against our warrior friend. All right, here we go. This is going to be a best of 3, a best of 5 series for the semifinals and the finals. Welcome to the tournament, folks. Let's get this party started. The dueling flag is going to go down. Now the rogue is going to get the opener here. Oh, I'm going to kick all the rogues out of the group just so they don't get found. Alright, what's he going to open up with? He is going to try to open up with the cheap shot, trying to get him in that stun lock. Just tosses on that exposed armor to get through some of that cushion that they kind of have. And it is going to be a hemorrhage rogue. They have those swords on as well, which is going to be a fair bit of good damage here. Putting the helmet down onto the rogue. Going back into the stance. Charging in. Going back into Berserker's chance. The blind is going to come out. He's not going to be able to get out of it. There is still the deep wounds on Doomy here. So that bleed is going to perhaps get him out of the stealth. Oh, goodness. Oh, no. The demoralizing roar drags the rogue out of stealth. He doesn't open back up on the warrior in time. The warrior is sword and boarding. Pulls out the big two-hander and just whops Doomy. Gets him in execute range. Finishes him off. Round 1 will go to Zava. The dueling flag goes down for round 2. He goes for a sword and board technique, which I think is going to be a good strategy versus the rogues especially. There's a couple of classes you see them fighting where it's exceptionally strong, and rogue is one of those. Sometimes you'll see it every once in a while. The hunter kind of mitigates some of that damage from the... Zava. I actually was going to double check, mate. I think we almost should do a reduel on the first duel because it is no helmet. I was going to double check the rules to make sure, but I think it is a good idea to start from round 1 once again. Does it say helmet for rogues, though? Let me check again. I should know the rules to my own. 1 second, guys. Stall on that. Oh, you're good, you're good, you're good. 100%. Zava, that's my mistake, mate. My mistake. You did everything right. You can use it every... Yeah, 100%. Alright, good to go. I saw it and I was like, was that allowed? Cheap shot going to come down, just going with the smooth exposed armor after that. He's trying to just get out of combat. Get the combo points again. So he's cheap shotting, exposed armoring, and then walking away to re-open up. He's not utilizing Vanish. He opens up with that potentially cheap shot getting resisted there. So that might have some, be one of the determining factors here. But the rogue is already at about half HP. He has the bleeds on him. Notice how the warrior has the rend on him as well. He really wants to make sure those bleeds are on him so that he can't get as much value out of his Vanish. He pops his evasion, so he is going to be able to dodge a lot of the attacks, but you still have things like the overpower kind of taking control of the flow of combat. Whenever one of those dodges is going to come out, he's able to just throw down that overpower, and it doesn't have that long of a cooldown. Get that guaranteed hit in. Zava's going to move on to the next round, which you like to see. You always like to see those warriors going a little bit further. So let's go ahead and mark him at here. Let's put the bracket right here for us. 2, 1, or 0. All right, the next matchup is going to be between Dom X and Van Hunt. If we could get those two contestants up here on the field, we'll continue this party. Very fluid, that's what I'm talking about. Everybody's ready to play in this tournament. Now, we just seem as though we're going to have a marksmanship hunter. Marksmanship hunter here. You do see the true shot kind of going all the way down to kind of yoink that. So you're going to expect things like the scatter shot. coming out to try to reset things here. The big varying factors of this matchup will be such as, how is this mage going to decide to use those ice blocks? He is the Viper Sting ticking on him at all times. The duel is going to start. Uses the concussion shot. It's not going to stun or anything. Sheep does get the polymorph off, but he is eating this Viper Sting. Not as much of a choice. The Hunter is just buying time right now. His Viper Sting is chipping away at his mana total. The Tidal Charm stuns him for only so long. His pet comes back. He sends it back in. It does have the sprint, but it gets instantly sheeped once again. But the mage is in a position where he's at about half mana. He got stunned once again, and it seemed as though maybe it was from the concussion shot. Potentially, the Viper Sting's still on him as well. The about 27% mana. But now the Hunter's immune to the roots right now. I don't know if that was from potion or what, because it didn't have the normal effect. So it seemed as though it was the trinket or the belt perhaps. Now he gets the scatter shot off one more time. He's making really good use of that scatter shot with the Viper Sting, trying to just create that space for himself and really let that Viper Sting drain his opponent as he's utilizing these bits of CC to keep them in place. And scatter shots being used very effectively. A lot of the times with scatter shot in the Hunter on the Hunter matchup, you're seeing scatter shot utilized much more for scatter shot, feign death, trap. But you were seeing it this time almost for continuing the flow of mana drain as he continued to create distance between himself and the mage, making it much more difficult for the mage to close the gap. Alright, the dueling flag is going to go down here. Round 2. This could be the last one. The Hunter versus the Mage. Either one of these players could win it. Dom X is going to try to sheep this the pet, and he's successful at it. He puts the title down to close the distance. I like what I'm seeing. The Hunter's going to trinket out of the Frost Nova. Just go ahead and scatter shot once again. Not for the Feint Death combination. He knows if he just scatter shot Feint Death traps, the Mage is going to ice block it. So he just says, you know what? I'm going to Viper Sting you, and then I'm going to just kind of scatter shot you and buy time. And then so the Mage just kind of closes the distance here one more time. Frost Nova, Kona Colds, but it's just not very much damage. He's drained. I think that's the way to go, and you don't see it utilized quite that way all the time. A lot of the times I feel like I see the Hunters utilizing the oh my goodness, the poly comes out, but he did have Skull of Impending Doom, so he's playing this one by the books exactly how he needs to. Dom did get evocation off. He didn't get the full value from it. He does feign death, so the Frostbolt is not going to go off fully. The trap comes down, and this mage is going to be trapped in the block. They don't have the block because they had already previously used it. They know this is not looking good. And Dom, interestingly, is just very, very, very determined to play out the duel that is a war of attrition. And he's trying to his opponent. You're not seeing what you do with the Hunters a lot of time. Even when you knew the ice block is down, you weren't seeing the scatter shot, feign death, trap, aim, then the big aim shot multi-auto, because he could be risking an ice block. I really like this play style of control where he just maintains the Viper Sting while utilizing scatter shot as a base CC and then keeps running away. You don't always see that. Damn. I think I'm gonna go to 2-0. The next duel is going to be between Tyler and Fabrizio. Tyler and Fabrizio. I'm gonna go ahead and change my music here. This is going to be round 1 of the best of 3 between these two contestants. Rogue versus Mage matchup. This is one that I definitely do enjoy. The dueling flag is going to go down. Let the series begin. Let's see how he opens up on... Oh, let's get the focus frame going. The sap coming down onto Tyler here. He's just opting for the sap play. Not sure, how is he going to open? He still has that Furbolg pouch in, so the opener is going to do just a little bit less. The Frost Nova catches him out of the Invis. The Tidal Charm coming down onto the Mage here. Mage isn't going to blink out of it. It might have been on cooldown. The Tidal Charm reversal back onto Gray afterwards. He's going to vanish first. Kona Cold will not bring him out just yet. What will the Arcane Explosions following? We see the Mana Shield is still on the Mage. They refresh that Ice Barrier, giving themselves that little bit of extra cushion for the push-in. The sap comes down onto the Mage, and the Rogue kind of has It's in his court now. The ball's in his court now. Breaks through the ice barrier, but doesn't get very far into the HP total. He does get his blind off, and Tyler seems to not have the block up right now, so no cold snap was necessarily used there, so he wouldn't reset the frost spells. And rotating in those instant casts, it's all about it, but right now he's in a position where he is a little bit lower on mana. It might come to a time where he has to use the evocation. Refreshing the ice barrier is not going to connect with the Nova. The distract is certainly distracting, but nothing more than that. Tyler blinking out and then evocating, but he's going to get opened up on. It wasn't a cheap shot, but it was an ambush. Tyler getting very low. The secondary blind's going to come down. Will he ice block out of it? I don't think he has it. I don't think he cold snapped. It's not up. He gets opened up by the ambush, tries to blink away. The crippling poison is on him. He's very slow right now. Gray trying to close the distance. Gets a little bit closer. Fire Blast being cycled in. Those instant casts coming out, but it's not enough. Gray will take the first round. Jake, welcome back, mate. We're gonna have to have a very nice discussion here. Welcome back, mate. Welcome back. It's great to see you. I certainly do remember you. Man, thank you for your service, friend. Welcome back. We'll get this party started. The sap's going to come down here. He instantly ice blocks things here, so he's not going to necessarily have his ice block for the blind. I often say that it's a game. It's a game of cat and mouse. It's a game of rock, paper, scissors. It's a game where one player's trying to blind, one player's trying to ice block, and whoever does it first ultimately doesn't. They're not in a winning position necessarily. Not always, but not necessarily, especially when the mage ice blocks first. The rogue has a tremendous advantage. The mage is going to pop the MQG. He puts the rank 1 Frostbolt down and the Kona Cold, so he is able to slow his opponent. The Frost Nova comes down. Will we see a secondary vanish? We do. Opening up onto the mage here. Just going to go ahead and use the ambush potentially here, but it didn't do a whole hell of a lot. Gray kind of in the losing position right now, using the Furbog pouch. He is going to get Frost Nova, but he gets the gouge off, so he gets that little opportunity to get a little energy back. He utilizes the secondary vanish here. So that was the vanish and the prep. Opening back up with the cheap shot. Does Tyler have the blink or not? Their mana shield is up too. He's very low. The sapper comes out from Gray, trying to finish off Tyler. Secondary ice block's going to come down, but he needs to evocate. He needs to do something. There's the next blind. Fritzio in the winning position right now, trying to bandage himself back up to a more comfortable health pool total. Re-stealthing, and then just uses that ambush and takes the next win. 2-1 to Fritzio. Good duel. The next duel is going to be between PWR, BTM, and Legs. Legs, I've absolutely done you. I did my boy Legs dirty. I put him up against the mage in his first matchup. I did you dirty, Legs. I did you dirty. We'll have to make sure we get you a different matchup. I feel like I've done that a few times to you, and I did that to Kem too. It's okay. It's not actually Legs. Good call. Good point. The duel is going to start right now. Instantly, the mage is going to put the polymorph onto him, utilizing the title charm. Then right afterwards, straight polymorphing to make sure that the warrior can't interrupt that in any way, shape, or form. Rank 1 Frostbolt going down. The MQG is coming out from the mage. He is going to blink the intercept as soon as it's going to happen. Like the full grenade, the grenade comes down. It's going to stun him, but only temporarily. The damage is coming out. The freeze proc is going to hit him, and that puts him in a comfortable position. He puts the silence down, making sure he's not able to get out of combat and charge him. The Frost Nova coming down. Taka! The absolute mad lad. 1 sec, Taka. Legs very, very low. The grenade coming down onto Legs. It is going to stun him. Will he fear? Does he have fear? Going back into battle stance, his battle stance here, trying to put the damage down onto the mage. The net is going to come down onto him. He goes back into Berserker stance, charges back in with the intercept one more time, tries to trinket out of the slow, but instantly is slowed once again by the rank 1 Frostbolt, getting very low here. Kona Cold's enough to finish him off, and the first round will go to the mage friend. The mage friend. Taka, thank you very much. That's for those gifted subscriptions to the channel. That's huge, Taka. I appreciate it, mate. I do. Much love, Taka. Mwah. That means a lot, mate. All right, the next duel has started. It was absolute joy. It was absolute joy reading your guide, Taka, and I look forward to it being made for the public. Really well formatted. The second duel is going to come out here. Let's give you guys some content. Let's sit back, relax, and let's do this. The full Frostbolt's going to come down. The rank 1 is after just making sure that he's slowed. It is going to proc a freeze proc right there. I'm not sure what I think about this music, but I know what I think about this duel. Legs is absolutely fucked right now. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Legs. What are we listening to? Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, Legs. I promise next tournament, mate, I'll get you like a more I always usually shuffle, but if there's weird matchups, I'll change one around. I promise you I'll get you a better matchup next time. Yeah, it was so painful. We're just doing 20-0. No, it's just not fair. Warriors, man. It's just the next matchup is going to be between Iverson and Nakago. Okay. Oh, it's already starting? Oh, it's already starting. They are ready to play right now. Holy shit, the rapid fire coming out right into the crowd. Iverson trying to use them as some sort of distraction. These oceanic strategies I'm unfamiliar with. He does happen to net the Shaman right now. Puts the Tidal Charm down as well. Tries to break the distance real quick. The Frost Shock going down onto the Hunter. But the Hunter has kind of broken away a little bit, but it's in the Shaman's court. I think they have the advantage right now. The grenade is going to come down, but it's going to miss. I can't do it. That list got altered a lot. The Viper coming down, but it's not going to last very long onto the Shaman here. The concussion comes out. He does use the grounding totem, trying to protect himself just a little bit. If he's able to get a shock off, something, that's all he's really going to need. But now he's going for the defensive play. He's going for the heal. The Hunter is down to a very small health total, and he has absolutely no mana. But the Chain Lightning comes in from downtown, and the elements must be respected. Round 1 going to the Shaman. All right, this is round 2 between these contestants. Both of them standing a fair chance of winning this one. Iverson, a returning player to these tournaments. He's a frequent flyer, if you will. I don't know how you managed to coerce your way into having a gnome, a dwarf face on or whatever, like a night elf dwarf face on an orc, but whoever you talk to, I need to learn those commands. All right, the dueling flag is going to come down here. Let's see who can win this one. Is it going to be the Shaman taking it 2-0? Can Iverson, shift it in his favor? I think he stands his chance. He's a pretty damn good hunter, so let's see what happens here. He chooses the Mountain Lion for that faster attack speed, wanting to be a true threat to the casters, knocking back their cast time. The grenade will come out, but it only lands on the pet temporarily, though. It's not going to land on Iverson. Now, the pet is beating on him from afar as Iverson is trying to kite away, just kind of hiding behind the trees, which aren't even line of sighted, so this is just kind of his kite path. It's not even necessarily trying to LS because he can't LS here. The Chain Lightning is going to come down onto Iverson. It is going to connect. He's going to get dazed. Lightning Bolt comes out in a shock afterwards, and it is an explosive round. 2-0 Shaman. Well played. Really buckling up here. The next duel is going to be between Justin and Captain. If we could get Justin and Captain out onto the field here, you are next. If we could get our Shaman friend to plop their totems down on the sidelines, just in case as well, that would be spectacular. They're already on top of it. Now here's Captain, here's Justin. Captain is another fellow content creator here. If you guys wanted to check it out from Captain's perspective at all, I'm going to go ahead and link that in the chat. He's streaming as well. The nature resistance totem, I actually don't think they'll get it in the duel anyway. I don't see it on them. They have to be in the same group, so it doesn't even actually matter. Yeah, I'm glad we're going to see that Shaman in future duels, and that should be a good show as well. Scattershot coming down, putting down the Viper Sting, just kind of doing what the other Hunter did. He does use a Fire Reflector Trap, and I think he actually did manage to maybe reflect that Fire Blast. That is very smart. Another Fire Blast comes out onto Captain, so the Ignite is on him. He's using the Furball Pouch to heal himself back up, but Justin is very low right now. He has taken massive amounts of damage. Very bursty spec, very bursty fight from Captain here, so the first duel will go to him. You know, he was utilizing the same strategy as the other Hunter, trying to just get the Viper Sting down onto his opponent and then utilizing the scatter shot to try to burn more time, but he must have crit in there a couple of times because it felt like the HP just took a huge nosedive. Now, something to consider, I do think Justin is going to be, he's fire, so he's not Frost at the very least. There it is again, the scatter shot comes down, the Viper as well, Intimidation the second he blinks, so he is just, he's in a tough spot. He has the rocket boots going, but honestly, he doesn't have that cushion from Frost, and he's not getting a whole hell of a lot of burst down with that fire spec. So it's one of those where I think, oh, there's the Palm Pyro onto Captain. The Kona Cold connects as well. So this is possible using the Mana Agate to get a little bit more, but he's very low. These spells are going to have to crit. The grenades comes out, but it only hits the pet. Unfortunately, Captain gets the Viper Sting back down, gets into a position where he can auto shot once again, and the second round will go to him. Well played, Captain. Well played, well played. Good duel, guys. The next duel is going to be between Selid and Fizzban. Selid and Fizzban. The next two contestants could hop up to the plate. That would be spectacular. And a good. Let's see. This is a new mage. I haven't seen this mage fight. I don't think I've seen this mage fight. Selid's come to a couple of tournaments at this point. And a very solid rogue. I think they've even beaten me in a series, if I'm not mistaken. The dueling flag goes down. Let's see who wins this best of three. The Cell's going to come out. Ice Barriers gets refreshed at the last second. He just opens up with the ambush. Then the Kidney, instantly blinking out of the Kidney. The Tidal Charm going down onto the Rogue. Now he is able to just Polymorph Pig him. The Rogue gets out of it with the Trinket. Sprints at the Mage and just puts down the pressure. The Mage getting very low. Has the Ice Block. Has the Frost Nova. The Blind comes out. He didn't get a Cold Snap off. This is up to the Rogue now to win this one because he ice blocked first. He has another block though. Now he's gonna feel pressure to use it potentially. He blinks out of it, but too little, too late. The damage has been done, and the first round goes to Selig. Very aggressive play. Opening up onto the Mage, utilizing the ambush, burning through his mana shield instantly. The Mage just taking those same precautions, putting the Tidal Charm down, getting the Polymorph off. When the Rogue is slowed, he decides to use Sprint and close the distance. Instantly going to vanish when he feels as though he's ready to reopen, doesn't have much health. Ambushes, uses the Sapper. The Mage is panic ice blocked. It's hard not to, and that much damage comes out that fast. You're almost expecting more. Your butthole clenches just that little bit. I can feel your pain. I feel your pain, Brother Gnome. The Gouge is going to connect as he blinks, and then he closes the gap one more time. The Tidal coming down onto the Mage, and he will finish him off in a very clean fashion. Round two to Selad. Good duel. The next duel is going to be between Unixia and Chem. The Gouge blink is always a beauty to see, and he played it. He played it well. He played it flawlessly. Now this is going to be another fellow content creator and good friend, Chemdog. If you have any hankering to watch it at their perspective, or if you want to find out about Warrior as well, another candidate to talk to. Let's see what the Rogue is going for here in terms of poisons and stuff. We have he's going with the dagger Rogue. Wouldn't that be something if we could see the spec as well? Okay, the dueling flag comes down here. Opening up onto Chemdog. The cheap shot comes first. Chemdog is sword and boarding right now. The kidney shot coming down, but instantly he trinkets the kidney shot. He does not want to be stunned again. He was waiting for it. Utilizes the Berserker's Rage. That is going to be blinded. He gets out of it pretty quickly, though, with Stone Form, because he is a dwarf right now. Oh, but that is a good counter to the Rogue. I think that's the right way to go. The Rogue is down to about half HP. It doesn't matter if he's using a one-handed weapon. He's still doing plenty of damage, especially when they use the evasion, and then he gets to utilize things like the Overpower. Chemdog has the gift of life running there. It didn't even really matter. It wasn't even pertinent that he was getting defensive there. Ultimately, he was getting offensive, and he does take that first duel versus the Rogue here. Now you do you notice, I think that's the right call. Sometimes I've seen the Warriors enter these tournaments and they stick with the human even when they're against the dwarfs, and I think the dwarf is exactly what they need to try to gain the edge in it, and it forces out a preparation and a double blind, opening up with the cheap shot here. Crippling Poison's been applied, so he is slower. The first blind comes out. Stone Form will mitigate that instantly, switching the Berserker stance, going with that Berserker, the intercept, closing the gap with that Rogue. Now they're just kind of trading blow for blow right now. The Rogue is getting very low. They're nearly in execute range. It's gift. It's not pod. It's his trinket. It's his trinket, mate. So this is going to be round 2 to Chem. Round 2 to Chem here. The Stone Form. The Stone Form's not to be underestimated. The Stone Form is not to be a very strong racial. This is going to be round 2 of the tournament. I'm absolutely thrilled with how many people showed up tonight. I can't thank you guys enough. Zava and Van Hunt are going to be next up on the bracket here. Happy Friday to everybody. This is going to be one of those where I do believe the Warriors allowed a helmet here as well, if I'm not mistaken. I have to look at the rule set again, but I think it was Hunter was one of those where it was as well. Let me check that. Yeah, Warriors versus Hunter. So this is one of those where that might make all of the difference in this duel. Let's see if he is going to utilize that to his full potential. That's one of those where some of those matchups we do throw that in there just to spice it up just a little bit. But this is a good Hunter. He's already shown his stuff in round 1. Ooh, the charge comes down, but he instantly scatter shots it, stopping the Warrior and then running away, almost like catching him in the charge. The Gnomish Rocket Boots come out as he closes the distance. This is another matchup sometimes where you will see the sword and board taking place are being used because there's so much damage from the pet. Little attacks just chipping away. Then that's going to backfire. It's on both players right now. That's devastating for the Hunter. They absolutely cannot have that. Disarm on the Hunter too, and the grenade. The grenade gets resisted from the Orc. One of those advantages of being Orc. Here comes a secondary scatter shot. Are we going to see a Feign Death Trap? I think he pulled him back in combat. That net just did not go well for him. Hot damn. Hot damn. The corn debiler was saying, my wife walked in the room and she was like, damn, this guy's voice is making me so fucking moist. Well, hot damn. And if you guys ever need ASMR Jeffy to rock you to sleep, then there's only one place to come. And that's twitch.tv/OG_Jeffrey. I'm happy if I could be of some use here for you. This is at the Ironforge airstrip, mate. There's only one place to come in all of Azeroth. All right, here's I really probably should have noted that because I hadn't run into that before, but I think we really ought to I think we really need to let the Warrior get the full charge off before we start interacting with him, and then you can scatter immediately when he gets to you. But that's one of those where you really need to let him charge. I almost want to redo that first round, to be honest with you, because yeah, I really should have been better about that, to be honest with you. Yeah. So let's honestly, this is a round of 1. I hate to do it. I should have said it sooner, Van Hunt, but we gotta let him get the charge. Is the scatter gonna come out? I liked it, but at the same time, I was like, that was, you know, Okay, but honestly, this is still, the Hunter's still feeling good. He's still going to do it. This is going to be the first round. The rocket boots are going to come down here. The Warrior still has his work cut out for him. The grenade is not going to connect that. So he is trinketing that, though. He is able to walk away right now. Well, the improved wing clip comes out, so he does stall him for that little bit of extra time. Frost Reflector coming down. The net is going to connect with the Warrior here, using the Grandmaster Arena trinket to try to get a little extra cushion for the push-in right now. Just kind of trying to kite away. The Warrior at about half HP right now. The grenade is not going to connect. It will, and if it did, it was one of those where it was going to be resisted. The scatter shot comes down. The Feign Death Trap does afterwards. The Hunter's Mark is going to be put down from the Hunter as he breaks the distance here. He's like, you know what, Jeff? I don't care if I got to redo the duels. I know I'm going to be able to take this one. No argument from me here. Good sport about it. You love to see it. Does put the concussion shot down. It is going to proc. That proc chance is pretty, not very high. So when you see it, you're feeling pretty good about it. Viper Sting onto the Warrior, utilizing the rapid fire. The helmet comes out from the Warrior as well. He's able to close the distance. Is he going to go for the pet? Is he going to try to fear it? No, I think the fear is already up. He's not going to be able to heal himself back up in any fashion. Opening back up into the Warrior. The hamstring's been put down. The Mortal Strike has as well. The Deep Wounds is just ticking away as the scatter shot comes down. He's able to feign death, put the trap down, and break the distance one more time. Will we see him get offensive? Will we see him get defensive? I have a good feeling that he will get offensive. He puts the full aim shot up for par here. Full aim shot, auto shot afterwards, making sure to use the multi as well. The Mocking Blow has been used, but the pet did not interrupt the ice block, so that is going to be round 1 for Van Hunt. This will be round 2, potentially the last one. He's ready to move on. It's a great Hunter. It's a great Hunter. Good. It's a great Warrior too. He's won former past tournaments, and I know he has what it takes. As much as it might be hard for. We got to let the Warrior get the old charge off. He gets, honestly, I think that's a macro. He was just trying to get the, he was just trying to get the mark off too. Oh, it's 1-1. Did the Warrior win one? Okay, he charges. It is going to be one of those where the scatter shot comes out. He gets out of it quite quickly here. The Rap God OG Jazzy Jeff has returned. The grenade is going to come down, but it's not going to necessarily connect here. It might have been a resist. The trap or the net does come down onto the Warrior. He gets out of it quite quickly with the trinket there. Hunter getting very low. They're using the Grandmaster Arena trinket to try to mitigate some of this damage. Slicing. Using the Intimidating Shout and then just putting down the pain onto the Hunter here. Good duel. Was that the third, you guys? Or was that? Okay. All right. 2-1 Warrior. All right, you guys. I'm glad you guys are keeping track. Normally I'm better about it, but I got thrown off. There was a sexy comment in the chat about my voice, and then I started shoutcasting like Eminem himself. So, and then between that and the confusion of the duels, I lost track. The next duel is going to be between Fabrizio and PWR BTM. Mage versus Rogue matchup. You know, Fabrizio's going to definitely have his work cut out for him here. The semifinals will be, round 3 will be best of 5. Oh shit, the duel started. He opened up on him with something simple here. Ambush, got the mage to about half HP. The mage is going to instantly use the title charm, try to polymorph him after they kind of blink away, utilizing the mind quickening gem just so they cast us a little bit faster here. Full Frostbolt coming, full Fireball coming down onto Fabrizio. The rank 1 Frostbolt is afterwards. Fabrizio using the Furball Pouch to try to heal himself up. The rank 1 Frostbolt will proc the freeze here. The grenade coming down from the mage, and then he puts a full Frostbolt down, but it does get mitigated by the Vanish. Fabrizio kind of sweeping around the Blizzard, trying to distract the mage, trying to close the gap just a little bit here. The Arcane Explosions are coming down. The first sap comes out. He still has that Furbog Pouch. No, he did unequip the Furbog Pouch, and now he does have both daggers in hand. The blind comes out instantly. It is going to be Ice Block. The Cold Snap comes out, so now Fabrizio, if he blinds again, they have Ice Block again. He is going to stun Mage with the Title Charm. They instantly blink out of it. They're trying to kind of find Fabrizio with their AoE, but they are not able to. Fabrizio getting the sap off. He's not getting defensive. He's getting defensive. Oh my goodness, this is risky. Risky play. Gets the secondary blind off. The secondary Ice Block comes off as well. 2 ticks of first aid. Oh, I think he might have been in the winning position there, but right when the sap came out, he saw he was a bull. He started to charge. He was ready for blood. He wanted to take the mage down, and instead of a reset, we just saw the offensive play. But a good duel from both these players. The dueling flag goes down. Gray opening up onto PWR here, utilizing the ambush, taking away a little bit of the mana shield. Puts the title down onto Gray, instantly going to MQG, put the rank 1 Frostbolt on him. The rocket boots are being used by the mage here. They still have the MQG pumping away. They're not getting a lot of use out of it as far as the casting goes, but it doesn't matter. They're kind of on the Faritzio's kind of on the back foot, if anything, right now. Now, there's the mana gem. You saw their mana kind of shoot up just that little bit, distracting the mage, and now opening with the sap. This is his opportunity to get defensive here. Kind of almost, in a sense, no, offensive once again. Not defensive, offensive. The sap fades. I don't know if it was from a melee or what it was, but the sap was faded there at the last possible second, and then the opener was not had by Faritzio. He's going to vanish right now and try to regain control of this fight, but I think the fact of the matter is it's going to be difficult. The mage still has the 2 ice blocks. They pull him out with the arcane explosion. The Cone of Cold is going to connect with them. The first blind comes out. The ice block mitigates it. They use the cold snap to reset that in case the secondary blind comes out. All right. The next, that is going to be GG. The mage is going to move on to the next round here. Nikago and Captain are going to be the next contenders in this tournament, and for those that are just joining us, if they did want to check out Captain's perspective, he is streaming this as well. Another quality content creator, a good hunter player. The dueling flag is going to go down. The shaman just starting to put some of those totems down. Just 2 of them though. They say just 2's enough. They do get the 20-yard range. The scatter shot comes down. Feign Death Trap. And now he goes, look at him just kind of melee those, and he has a dagger, so it's very fast attack speed, so he's able to just melee down those totems before the freeze even ends right now. You always got to retarget them when they feign death. Those little buggers always find a way of getting away from you in game, whether you're casting or playing against them. Here comes the lightning bolt. They're still in range potentially. No, he's going for the pet. He's going for the pet. It didn't crit though. That puts the shaman in a very tough position because I feel as though they've already invested a fair bit into killing the pet. The nature swiftness heal is going to come down. The rescatter shot, it does connect with the shaman, but they're brought out. I don't know if it was like a patent auto attack or what it was, but that was broke as well. Captain does have that furbog pouch healing himself up. Always good about utilizing that. Shaman does get the chain lightning off right before he feign deaths. He tries to mitigate that. This is hardly over yet. Shaman heals himself back up, pushes the frost shock down, tries to close the distance, gets a little bit closer. Full chain lightning coming out, connects. Round 1 goes to the shaman. The next flag is going to come down here. Either player could win this. Captain Amazing Hunter stands a really good chance. Is going to just go ahead and scatter right away. They put the feign death down. The trap is going to be put down afterwards. Now he's sending his pet. Smooth pet control, trying to kill those totems right now. Holds his pet right here. Holds the intimidation. Perfect pet control. And winding up the full aim shot, the multi-shot, the auto shot. The intimidation is going to get resisted. Something to note. The orc racial coming in big there. Now the shaman's just going to heal themselves back up. Probably is, trying to find that opportunity to get offensive, get defensive, choosing which one he wants to get. And he does choose to try to kill the pet again. And last time he started on the pet, decided to go for the captain. It seems as though that's kind of going to be the case now, but this time he actually does finish off the pet just slowly with those shocks. He knows that now he can he's just able to cast so much more fluidly and smoothly against the hunter here, and he doesn't have to worry about that knockback, so he actually can get off those chain lightnings a little bit easier. The scatter shot comes down, the feign death trap does afterwards. He is able to bandage himself up to a comfortable total, flips on the cheetah form, tries to run away, breaks the distance, gets that 40-yard range or so, and now he is actually going to, is he going to eat it? Oh, I thought he was going to eat for a second. I think he was trying to aim, but it was just a nipple hair too far away. I've been there. If you've been a hunter, you know that feel. Now, the shaman still has about half mana, half health. There's no pet to deal with, so I would say he's in a pretty good position right now. There comes another scatter shot. He is going to grenade. It's resisted. Oh, no, but the trap still hits. Captain was scared for a second there, but he is actually able to capture him back in there. And now he does feign death. He just eats up and feign deaths. Gets a concussion shot off. Onto the shaman here. Slows him down that little bit. Shaman, about half HP. No, the shaman, they're at very equal totals. The only reason I feel like this is maybe favor the shaman is because there's no pet. He feigned death the last second. That chain lightning is going to connect, but it doesn't crit. So he has a little bit less to worry about. His captain at about half HP. The shaman trying to heal himself up with a bandage. Closing the distance, just trying to run at his opponent right now. He has no gap close right now, so he's just kind of potato at him. The chain lightning is going to connect though. Captain trying to use the bandage, but he only gets one tick off. Here comes the scatter shot. But did he instantly get out of that scatter shot? The scatter shot had to have been resisted. Good duel. Damn. Good duels. You guys, if you want to give Captain some love, at all and say good duel, there he is. Let's summon our friend here. Oops, strong one. Alright, the matchup is about to start. They don't even need me to tell them. It's going to be between Selad and Chemdog. Going to go ahead and go with the cheap shot right here. The crippling poison's been applied. Oh, he's going with the Gnomish Death Ray. It will connect. Not doing a ton of damage, but it's still a reasonable amount. Chem's at about half HP. The Sapper comes down too. Full burst. These guys are just going all out. Both players are getting very low. If Selad gets in execute range, I fear for his life. The fear comes down. Chem is going to get the grenade, get the intercept, and get the execute. Round one going to Chem. Once again, another content creator as well. If there's enough interest, I'll do another tournament. Alright, the cheap shot's going to come down onto Kegdog. Let's see if the Rogue can kind of pull this one back. He just puts the kidney down. He puts the Sapper down. He is just laying it on thick. The evasion comes down. The first blind. Will he prep? The Stone Form is going to mitigate that. The life-giving gem putting in a more comfortable total. The Vanish is going to come out. He's going to try to help him back up with the Vanish, or the ambush. Tidal Charm coming down onto Chemdog here. And the secondary blind hits him as well. He will not have Stone Form for this one. 2 ticks of bandage from this Rogue, putting him at about half HP. Chemdog's life-giving gem is going to fade pretty quick. The first cheap shot's going to come down. He's going to open back up with the kidney shot afterwards, kind of keeping him in that stun lock. Chem does have that blood craze, so he does have a little of that health coming back in. There comes the gouge, utilizing this time to get back a little energy, get a combo point as well, and then keep pumping out the damage. There comes there goes the intimidating shout. The Will of Forsaken comes down as well for the Horde. He says he thought he had it. It was so close. But the Alliance player is going to take the cake. But you gotta love the Horde player's enthusiasm, kind of shouting out, you know, what his faction is, you know, who he's rooting for, who he's playing for. But it is going to be going to one of my Alliance boys, Chemdog, who is very likely going to end up on the same server as me, and I can't wait for it. Love the enthusiasm. Love the enthusiasm. Oh shit, there's 2. Look at this, guys. 2 warriors in the semifinals. 2 warriors in the semifinals. This is going to be Zava versus PWRBTM. This is warrior versus mage. He's going to have a tough time with this one. Keep in mind, contestants and audience, this is going to be a best of 5 series. So they do have their work cut out for them here. We do have Zava up here. I think our other friend is doing a practice duel right now at the moment. He is. Let's go check that out as well. He is against Gray as well right now. Little practice duel, little intermission here for you guys. Kona Cold comes down. He is frozen. He's going to blind it instantly. Ice block out of it. Fritzio is then going to vanish afterwards. The Blizzard is not going to connect with the Frost Nova. He is going to be caught out. The Kona Cold is going to get him in the Shatter Crit combo. The Tidal Charm coming down onto the Mage here. Will he blink out of it? I don't think he has it yet. The Gouge coming down. Fritzio potentially able to reset this, but it's unlikely. He utilizes the secondary vanish, trying to trek away from the Mage just a little bit. Does not want to get caught out of the stealth here. All right, here's the sap. Wait, what was that? That was weird. He just fell out of the sap once again. But here we go. Here comes the opener. Just going with cheap shot. He tried to get the Gouge technique off, but the Mage did not blink it. You can tell this Mage has practiced first rogues. He did not blink it. A lot of times that would have been a successful Gouge blink. I'm almost certain of it. But he's not able to get out of this blind. Maybe that would have been a good time to bandage, but he couldn't yet. Getting pulled out of the stealth, but he does get the kidney shot off. Instantly blinking out of the stun. Grenade coming down. Rank 1 Frostbolt and just an Arcane Explosion. Enough to do it. All right. I love it. Ooh, the DR from Gouge. Oh, good point. Okay. This is going to be a best of five series. Good luck to both contestants. The dueling flag is going to go down here. Although the Warrior does get the charge here, immediately using his free action potion against the Mage here, just kind of trying to, which is perfectly allowed in this matchup here. But he is able to kind of interrupt the polymorph as well. The Mage kind of feeling the pressure, is able to kind of mitigate a lot of it with the Mana Shield and the Ice Barrier, trying to get the polymorph off with the MQG, but he's not able to do that just yet. It seems though maybe he cancels it. He puts the first place Ice Block off, use the Furbolg Medicine Pouch as well. It's tough. It's tough. It's one of those where there has to be a way to get that. It's imperative to get that sheep off. Whether it's absolutely imperative to get that sheep off. Whether you Tidal Charm sheep or you bait out the fake cast and sheep. It's just so hard to deal with a lapped warrior otherwise, or a fapped warrior otherwise. The net goes down onto the Mage here. He's able to get out of it pretty quickly here. He does use the Gnome Racial to get out of those nets, but the Rocket Boots are still on both players as they're both creeping away because they have slows on them, so they're not even at natural speed. Despite all these tools that the Warrior has, the Mage is still going to take the first round, just kind of showing the raw power in that matchup that they can have. Good duel.
It asks that you believe a new thing, that it is possible not to believe.
All right, round 2 between these two. This is going to be a best of 3, so the Warrior still has as much of a chance as he'll have as if he loses one more. It'll just be that much more of an uphill battle. It seemed as though, honestly, it was looking to be in his favor. But that's just kind of what the illusion of the FAP there. As soon as the Mage regains control of the fight, they can kind of just reset it as long as they survive. The charge just kind of coming down, instantly using the FAP, switching into the Berserker's Chance, getting the Intercept off. The Mage is going to have a Rocket Boot malfunction. You hate to see it, folks. You hate to see it. You really do. Tidal Charm going to potentially get resisted there. I think it did get resisted, so he has to try to fake cast. The Warrior trinkets out of that immediately. Furbolg Pouch onto the Mage here. He's just feeling the pressure. Needs to use Ice Block. The Skull of Impending Doom from the Warrior was able to get him out of the polymorph is what happened there. Something I didn't catch right off of the bat. So that was what potentially got him out. Here comes the Frost Nova. They get out of it. The polymorph gets away, and the Gnome just squeaks by, and he says, now it's the ball's in my court now. The ball's in my court now, he says. And he evocates back up and gets to a much more comfortable total. He still has the option to use the first aid as well if he'd like to, refreshing the Ice Barrier, making sure to use the counter spell in case the Warrior gets out so he cannot charge. It keeps him in combat. Rank 1 Frostbolt coming down. Warrior, half HP, in a Shatter Crit combo, vulnerability, just stuck in that freeze that procced. It does charge him, instantly gets blinked, trading Grenade from Grenade. Kona Cold gets blown into his face, and the Fadeaway Fire Blast makes it a 2-0 for the Mage, and they do have one more until it's over. One sec. All right, here we go. Let's see if he can do it. Zava, great warrior. He's won past tournaments as well.
A gospel of doubt.
All right, he does get the charge off. There we go. This is what the mage wants right here. But the warrior didn't use a free action potion either, so he's more okay with it. They get the sheep off. They get the title. They get the sheep off. So they do have much more control over the fight right now. And it's up to the warrior to bring it back, but it would be so rough. He would need life-giving gem. He would need intimidating shout, bandage. That's one of the things. The first ice block comes down. The helmet comes out. What do you do from here? Do you just try to eat? That's rough. There's not oh, goodness. It's so hard. It's so hard. No, he's like, no, I'm just going right back in on him. The counter spell comes out. And the mage is going to take the cake anyway. Good try, Zava. Good try. That is, and well played to our mage friend. Going on to the finals here. And Zava, you could still compete for the third place match if you'd like to in just a moment. The next matchup is going to be between Nakago and Chemdog. This is going to be a rogue, or sorry, a shaman warrior matchup. Chem is going with the orc right now, trying to resist some of those grenades. Okay, they get the charge off, they get the intercept off as well, but they're already down to half HP. They have to pop the life-giving gem. That shaman is just pumping down the damage. You gotta respect the elements, and they are coming out strong right now. The burst potential from the shaman when they crit is just too much for the warrior to deal with. It felt like Chem was he was meleeing every time he could. He was doing what he could to get the rage he needed and then to dump it as soon as possible, but it was one of those where the damage from the shaman, it was just too much. And we might see that end up happening again. We might not. Warriors do have it rough, but it is possible. The charge is going to come down. They're utilizing everything they can. Blood rage, trying to get that extra little bit of rage, try to dump it out as much as possible. The chain lightning comes out, and the shock, and Chemdog's already, oh my goodness, so low. These explosive fast duels. One more. All right, it's possible. The shaman is just really doing well tonight, I feel. One more. I mean, that's wrong of me to say, isn't it? That's because it could be more. Oh, one more. The charge is going to come down on the shaman. The Nova Totem hits them. He just has that plant waiting for him, saying, knock, knock, who's there? It's Mr. Nova Totem and his friend Chain Lightning. Get fucked. The Earth Shock is going to connect. He's in execute range, and he will kill Chemdog. Whew. Alright, let's do the losers bracket first here. It is going to be Zava versus Chem in the losers bracket. A warrior versus warrior. Shamans with that burst potential. This is for third place for 5 buckaronis. Zava versus our... Oh, I gotta tell Chem. He probably is. He's on stream. /tar Chem. Third place match up here. Warrior versus warrior. Smork versus gnome. I gotta tell you, as a gnome, I'm hoping Zava takes this one, but both of these are my homies, so I have absolutely no bias here. Let's see if this orc is about to get gnomed. Either way, if one thing's for certain, I think I can say Warrior is going to end up getting third place here. Okay, let's see who wins this one. The charges, are they going to come out? We're going to see Zava actually getting the charge down onto Chem. That could even be the determining factor. Chem utilizing the Blood Rage. Zava actually going with the Shrink Ray here, trying to kind of just mitigate some of the melee damage coming out onto him. The Life-Giving Gem is going to give him that little bit extra cushion there, but now he's already a half HP. The melee swing comes down. He's down to about a third. Zava is getting very close to the execute range. That is going to be an intimidating shout come down, letting Chem kind of get the fear comes out from Chem. He gets in distance. He gets the intercept off. He gets the melee. Gets him in close to execute range. But now Zava's doing the same thing to Chem. And he reverses it and then does take that first round. They're just going to trade charge there. They traded charge. They traded... I wish I was looking at that more closely. They traded charge and they traded intercepts as well. Now, but you're kind of seeing these differences in trinkets, like the Shrink Ray being utilized on Chemdog. I don't know if that'll make both. The grenade is going to resist there. The Orc advantage kind of coming through. Zava almost having overpower back if he happens to miss. The disarm is still on disarm has been used by Chemdog. Zava still has it available to him if he sees fit, but honestly, I don't think he has to get too defensive. I think he can get purely offensive. No, but he does. He's going for the bandage play. I respect that. I always respect a defensive play. Zava is going to defeat Chem in the secondary duel here, so that is 2-0 in Zava's favor. I wish I would have been looking more closely at them because I was starting to summon our friend here. I'll get you in right after this duel mids. I flipped my screen really quickly and I didn't see that. I saw the charge intercept, but it was a little meh. Like, I could have had a better view on it. The dueling flag goes down. This could be the last one, but Chem has that potential. He's able to charge Chem here. Weaving those melees. Notice how he's in and out trying to hit those, but they're mostly trading one for one. The Shrink Ray going down onto Chem. Now he's very small orc. Both players are the Mortal Strike spec to be expected. You don't see a lot of Fury. You do see it sometimes, but they are two-handed at that point in a lot of cases. You both utilizing the Life-Giving Gem, which seems as though it's kind of an essential no matter what. Ooh, Chem getting him close. Zava getting him close. Both are in execute range, but who will get it there first? Zava, oh, the dodge. He loses with the dodge. Zava is able to take this one, the Warrior versus Warrior matchup, one that you don't see every day. Zava is going to take third place here, so I'll have to get you some muns at the end of the tournament here. But I want to say a big thanks to Chemdog for participating in this. Fellow streamer and content creator. And he's streaming right now, so great guy. This is going to be the finals right now. This is going to be a Shaman versus Mage matchup. PWR, BTM, Power Bottom. I just realized that was Power Bottom. Holy shit. Versus Nikago. I've said it so many times too. Holy shit, your name is clever. I like that. Zava! Oh, Zava, perfect. Zava, I should have thought to toss it in there too, mate. If you want some Warrior content, Zava's another great content creator as well. I need to get even better about that. Whenever I know there's a content creator that's participating, just linking their chat immediately, which I try to do, but I lose track of them and everyone that streams for that matter. All right. Let's go ahead and get this next duel started here. Is it going to be a title charm? You're going to see a lot of aggression from both of these players, I have a feeling. Frost Nova coming down, Grenadas afterwards, it's going to get resisted. The Chain Lightning, it will connect with the Mage. The Mage kind of trying to get rid of that totem, and he's able to. The Mage is just feeling this fucking pressure right now. It's a good Shaman. Very good Shaman. Grenade comes down, they blink out of it. They're able to just use an Earth Shock and finish him off. The poor Mage. The raw damage coming out from the Shaman, just penetrating the Mage utterly and completely. There's absolutely nothing he can do about it. And I have felt the sting of the Orc dick many a time when the Shaman absolutely just brutalizes me. I don't like fighting Pat. I don't like fighting shamans. People say it's one of those matchups that gets easier the more aggressive you get, but I'm absolutely not a fan of it. You can pre-totem, just not pre-grounding. Oh, poor Miz. Summon. Kappa. There you go, buddy. You're like invisible, though. You're like dead when I bring you here. That's weird. Alright, here we go. The polymorph is going to come down. He gets the totems out. Okay, this is a much better position for him to be in. The full fireball is going to connect here. It will be just a grenade afterwards. Frost Nova coming down. He is going to silence the shaman. This is exactly what you have to do. You have to get aggressive. But oh my goodness, there's the Nature's Swiftness Healing Wave putting him way back up there. Gets the Earth Shock down. Melee's the totem. That's what he has to do. But what? Oh, the grenade coming down from the shaman. The Chain Lightning coming out, and it will connect with the mage. The mage in a very vulnerable position. Trying to Rocket Boot away, trying to Furball Pouch away, trying to utilize Mana Shield as last second thing, but it was one of those where it's just Chain Lightning is enough to finish him off. Round 2 will go to the Shaman, and I will note, I think if he happens to win it, this will be the first tournament I think I've had a Shaman win. Alright, here we go. He does go with the Nature Resistance, so that is not a pre-ground as well, so we are good to go. The Dueling Flag coming down here. There's the title. There's the sheep. Just wanding down these totems. There we go. Breaking the distance here. A full Frostbolt coming down. The grenade is not going to connect. It might have, but it might have resisted as well. There's the grounding totem right there. Oh, he dodges the silence. That's absolutely massive. That might make the difference. I think if that grounding would not have came down, that would have been the mage's game. Nature Swiftness Healing Wave comes down, getting him into a more comfortable total, but the mage now has to worry about the grounding still. And honestly, the shaman's going to be able to plant another one. Timing the grenade. He does melee it down. Tries to break some sort of distance, feeling the pain right now. Rank 1 Frostbolt is going to connect with the totem there. Now he silences the shaman. Tries to go for the burst combination. Here we go, here we go. He's putting down the pain. Shaman has to heal himself back up. Will it be enough? The one more Arcane Explosion. Oh, he's so low. The mage has gotten him close a couple of times. Blocks the Chain Lightning. Blinks away. Are we going to see the evocation? Melee's the totem. Tries to get away about 30, 40 yards away right now. He needs bandage. He needs mana. Rank 1 Frostbolts. Grenade is going to connect. No, it doesn't. I thought maybe it would. Chain Lightning does hit. The Rank 1 Frostbolt stops the totem. Oh my goodness, the Shaman is Zoom. Evocate like you never have, little buddy. Go, go. And the next round goes to my gnomish friend. Power Bottom! And I'll tell you what, he certainly didn't take it from behind today. It's one of those it's one of those where he might be able to bring it back. A good matchup indeed. Holy shit! Way to put on a show, Power Bottom. Alright, the Dueling Flag going down. Those totems are there. Mage playing this one by the books. The Shaman playing perfectly great too. But it was just a good duel. It was just a good duel. The Tidal Charm is going to connect onto the Shaman here. Able to just kind of polymorph himself, or polymorph him as well, and reset this fight. Just kind of winding down those totems. Not too much of a rush, just kind of resetting everything here. He doesn't want those kind of hitting him freely. That Searing Totem, every little tick of damage matters, and it might knock him back. The full Frostbolt coming down is going to connect, and is going to crit. The Grenade will hit the Mage, and then the Chain Lightning might be a follow-up. Oh, shit. Oh, nope. He was just healing himself back up. Oh, potentially purging there. It seemed as though maybe the Shaman might have had a lag spurt there. The Silence does shut him down temporarily. He uses Nature Swift. His Healing Touch does not crit, but he does throw down the Totem. The Arcane Missiles will connect with that. There goes the Kona Cold. He is going to Ice Block right now, but honestly, the Shaman's in a position where he's getting a little defensive too, but now he does feel more comfortable to start putting down the damage, purging off these buffs onto the Mage. Mage still having the Ice Barrier. Technically got used there, up with the Chain Lightning. It was not purged off. The other buffs were. The Lightning Bolt is going to get Ice Blocked right now. Chain Lightning connects! The Mage is very though right now. Ooh, the Bandit